Well, a very good Thursday afternoon now across southwest Louisiana, where thankfully it's definitely warm, but maybe not as hot as recent days because of a little more cloud cover. A quick look outside shows these temperatures basically around the 90-degree mark, give or take a couple degrees in either direction. 91 in Oakville gives way to 89 Jennings to 83 along the coast in Cameron. But it is still very humid outside, and that's bumping the heat index quite a bit upwards, near the upper 90s to 101 over in Sulphur. So it's still hot outside in that regard, and you'll want to stay hydrated if you are outdoors. Now, speaking of the outdoors, eventually as we get into the afternoon, I do still think we'll see more scattered storms eventually populate the radar here. We don't have a whole lot of activity right now, save for Cameron Parish, where we have some showers and storms primarily ongoing in the eastern part of the parish, closer to the Rockefeller Refuge area. But nevertheless, I think these rain chances will bump up at least a little bit more throughout the afternoon. If that happens though, at least that would help to mitigate the temperature at least a little bit. So let's take a look at Futurecast, and overall, it's not doing a bad job with the placement of some of these showers and thunderstorms right now. As we head forward in time, I think we'll see a few more of these eventually spread a little farther northward throughout the afternoon hours. Now, I don't think everybody is going to receive rain today, but nevertheless, you'll want to keep an eye to the sky, and you can always track rain near your location using the First Alert weather app. Once we head towards sunset, though, I think this activity begins to get on out of here, and that's going to lead to a more quiet but still humid night ahead. So let's head into tomorrow, and overall, we're not expecting many big changes. We could see a few showers along the coastline early on. Eventually into the afternoon, we may see again a scattering of some shower activity, maybe a bit farther north tomorrow, as we may have southerly winds return in place. We're also still dealing with this very weak frontal boundary draped across our area, which is only slowly going to wash out Friday into Saturday. So that's why we've still left rain chances a little bit elevated for now. I'll admit though, this model's actually kind of backed off a little bit on the rain for Saturday, so that's something we'll continue to watch closely, but nevertheless, it'll be a good idea to plan, at least for some storms around. Now by next week, we may see a little bit of influence from high pressure over southwest Louisiana, so if that's the case, our rain chances may go back down a little bit. We'll take a quick look at the tropics here as well. The good news, again, this picture is a lot more quiet than what we saw last week. Only area in the entire basin we're watching is this area off the southeastern United States coast for possible development, but you'll notice those chances are very small and would stay away from southwest Louisiana, just what we like to see. And across the rest of the basin, there are no worries over the next week. Instead, we'll take a look at the 10-day forecast here, and the biggest concern locally will just remain the chance for some scattered afternoon thunderstorms today, tomorrow, Saturday as well. If we do, that could cool down the temperatures at least a little bit. Next week, we may see more of a reduction in those chances back to more typical levels. But even if we get rain, Agnes, I won't complain about the cooler weather.
All right, thanks a lot.